all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Gee. I kind of.
This is way over the edge. Like we it's not even over the edge. We died already.
This is beyond the event horizon. Like we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah, we about to hit the vortex.
Yeah.
How you die does not redeem how you lived. You do not become a hero in your death when you are a weapon of the enemy in your life.
Well, negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, Gravity, any day above ground, live it. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your Monday and your week. Yes, we're back on StreamYard. We got a lot to go over today. And today, even though I want to trigger MAGA, and we are going to trigger MAGA, I don't really want them in here. They're not fun. If you were here yesterday, they wasn't fun. There weren't no fun trolls. We kind of like them fun trolls. We had a troll in there talking about she a white Latina. I'm like, you're not even funny with it. We had dumb people in there. I mean, at a certain point, it's cool, but we got to do some teaching here today, fam. MAGA, why are y'all so dumb? I need to know this. Why y'all so dumb? I understand that you think that your man is over here doing great things for you. He's doing things for himself. He's not trying to bring the country back. Country down 130 points, fam. The country down 130 points, fam. The country down 130 points, fam. You don't believe me? I figured you didn't. I know. Sometimes they say I be lying. Fam, the country down 130 points. I mean, come on now. Country down 130 points. I don't know how many times we got to tell them, y'all don't know nothing. But, you know, once again, family, the country down 130 points.
What's so funny about that?
They trying to put us in the fire, family. They're trying to put us in the fire family. They want this world to burn. They want this country to burn. They want BRICS to win, which is fine. You want BRICS to win, just tell us so we can, well, the rest of us out there, because here you already know. But over there, they don't know that BRICS is taking over. The BRICS over. BRICS had their God MC. I'm just saying. But anyway, today, we got a lot to go over. Once again, we're going to terrorize MAGA. We're going to show them how woke they are. That BS they pulled over the weekend at the Naval Academy. Bad Bunny, how you upset at Bad Bunny performing because I thought y'all weren't watching the Super Bowl. AMD and NVIDIA, they're warring, but they're only going to win in the end. It's not going to be the people and other assorted stuff. A lot of racism today. There's going to be a lot of racism. So, but I know you guys have thick skins. So today we will test your thick skin. We're going to do that. And my apartment smells nice because I'm making some meat sauce because that's what the baby asked for. But anyway, before we do all that, let's see who's in the building because it's been a while since we did that. SD Johnson, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Cosmic Fury, hello. Wallow J, hello. Wallow J, I need you to click that link for me. DSA1, hello. Did I say Reparations Nation? Yes, I did. Miss Nisi, hello. Sybil, hello. Emperor Rex, hello. Gamers Den, hello. D Money, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in live chat or the comments, hello. All right, you know what we gotta do. We gotta do the house cleaning because it sucks and it's wintertime almost, so you're gonna get lazy, but we gotta do it anyway.
Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now go to start the teaching.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. What you need?
You good?
Yeah, why?
Because you cussed me out on Saturday.
I'm fine now. I'm better. I'm good. I'm good. We good. I feel better after yesterday, so I'm good.
Did I do something wrong on Saturday?
No, work. When you get stressed out at work, it happens.
That's what I figured, but I ain't want to say nothing.
That's fine. We always good. You have your moments, though. You do have your moments where I'm like, you need to start entertaining these goddamn trolls, but it'll be all right.
It's cool. What happened at work? They raising prices again? You got to explain to them folk again? Unless you don't want to talk about it.
All I got to say is you've been to Publix lately, haven't you?
Of course.
You seen them soda prices?
My dude, what did I tell y'all last year? Did I tell you that shit was going to go up?
It's $11.59 for a goddamn 12-pack.
Brother, will you talk to them? You know what? Hold on. Let me take this off the screen. Brother, will you talk to them? Because they don't be listening to me when I be telling them this shit.
It was
I don't
know if the prices are the same in Georgia like it is in North Carolina, but
no, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
It was
what they were doing. You know them 5-packs? They were trying to sell them for like $20.
What 5-packs?
The 5-packs and ones in the boxes.
Are you talking about the 10-packs? The minis?
No, not the minis, the 12-packs.
Oh, the 12-packs.
Over the summer, not 5. I'm sorry, 3. It was selling 3 for $13.
That's not
no, but that's summertime because people go out there. But
yeah, that's not a bad deal.
But now, bruh, I went to Kroger this morning. The motherfucker was selling $9.99 for a 12-pack. I said, nigga, is this beer?
That was the price a year ago. Here. It went up to $10.99 almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's $11.59.
Keep talking to the family. I'm gonna fuck y'all head up. Keep talking.
Now, if y'all don't have Food Line, which is really big in North Carolina, they're now $10.99. And let's see, a 6-pack at Publix is like $8.99 for a 6-pack.
I'm fixing to show y'all something. Y'all gonna be mad as hell.
I don't even know mad as hell is the question.
Y'all know I only buy this because they give it to me free. Right? See this here? It's the only
bag-
reason why I buy it. They give it to me free. This ain't even a party bag. Fam,
It's not-
look at the price.
I can't see.
Look at the price, fam. Where? Oh, it's down there. You see that price?
$6.29.
$6.29. And this ain't even a party pack.
Hold on. Let me see that. There. Mine's $5.99.
No, this is $6.29.
No, I'm talking about the one I
But
bought.
no, it was $5.99 because they give you they were selling it on sale for $5.99. But
No,
again,
mine
I only
was
bought it 'cause
BOGO.
it was free.
No, they were BOGO down here this week.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's y'all's president.
I just bought it down on chuck roast for like $23.
Dude, they were selling ground beef down here, £3, $19.
Oh, y'all don't understand. I'm in this retail game. Y'all thought
They don't be
man,
knowing, bro.
Oh.
I do wholesale shopping. They don't
Y'all-
know, bro. We can't even get fish consistently now. I know it's getting bad.
You know, 2 liters are now like 2 for $8 at Publix, right? For a goddamn 2 liter.
Mm-hmm.
A 2 liter family.
Mm-hmm.
Why? When 2 years ago, they were like 166 at a food line. $4.
Because you know where it's coming from, right?
Y'all know where it come from.
All right.
Man, no goddamn man.
Fam, one day I actually have a stream that's coming up at the later this month. We're gonna show you how to make some of this stuff in your house. We're gonna start saving y'all some money towards the end of the year because the recession is coming. Moody's, we're actually gonna start off with that. So, but Walid, I'm glad you're okay. Don't let them folk stress you out.
Yes, sir. I understand. Also, how about them Panthers? I thought you said we won't win no games though.
Okay, you finally won one. Shout out to the Scammers.
No, we beat Atlanta, remember?
When did y'all beat Atlanta?
The third week of the year? Third game of the year? We blew them out 30-0.
Okay. Shout out to the Scammers.
We had them Atlanta fans hot.
That's why they didn't come to my restaurant. So thank y'all.
I'll go back into the chat.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. We're gonna actually start off with that. God damn, I forgot what we was gonna start off with. Oh my god. I need to get more fish in my diet. Damn. I literally just forgot what I was about to talk about. Fuck. Hold on. We might have to do a quick replay. Hold on. Don't nobody tell me. It's the price of getting old. It's the price of getting old. I'm gonna be 40 next month. It's the price of getting old. I don't like getting old. Be 40 next month. Let me see. I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. And one day we're gonna actually have a stream.
How about them Panthers? I thought you said we won the third week of the year? Third game of the year?
So thank y'all.
I'll go back into the chat.
Yes, sir. I really forgot what I was about to talk about.
Roast for like $23.
I really forgot what I was about to talk about. Whatever. It'll probably come back to me later. Anyway, let's go. All right. You know what? We're going to start off with this. We got a little bit of breaking news. A little bit. Just a little bit. A story came out today, family, of Tyler Robinson. A story came out today. Exclusively to Fox News. I would tell you what it is, but I wanted to see the look on y'all's faces when you see the headline. And it goes to show that a conspiracy may be afoot. A conspiracy may be afoot.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Do y'all see that on your screen, family? No, you don't. That's the Dow Jones. Let me update that real quick to see if it changed. Maybe it went up. Okay, so they're starting to crawl back. Very good. But we got to talk about this Tyler Robinson. Do y'all see that headline right there? How and where law enforcement tracked Tyler Robinson's alleged path across UVU campus. Now, mind you, they use security cameras because the boy didn't have a cell phone on him. This is where it's gotten, fam. They're allegedly telling you who did it, but they're not telling you who did it. Now, again, this came out today, this morning, 6 a.m., right at the crack of the dawn, because they know people are going to run and go check it out. Tyler Robinson's suspected path shows him entering and exiting campus at different points before he made contact with a police officer standing guard after the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th, in an encounter that places him at Utah Valley University without relying on cell phone records, according to court documents, scene video, and interviews with law enforcement sources. Robinson arrived on campus wearing black around 11:51 a.m., entering through a tunnel under Campus Drive after parking his gray Dodge Challenger nearby and walking by the Utah Valley Institute of Religion on his way towards the Low-C Center at the heart of campus. Investigators retraced his movements with the help of campus security camera network. A law enforcement source said he is believed to have scouted the area hours before the shooting before returning in a new set of clothes and armed with a .30-06 Mauser rifle, the suspected murder weapon. Robinson allegedly used the rooftop above the Low-C Center as a sniper's perch and fired a single shot which struck Kirk in the neck around 12:20. I know some of y'all probably gonna make jokes. I'm gonna let it ride today. Gonna let it ride. Prosecutors have said campus police found marks left behind on the gravel rooftop moments after the shooting, consistent with a sniper having lain there. Impressions in the gravel potentially left by the elbows, knees, and feet of a person in a prone shooting position. He also found impressions at the alleged sniper's perch and muddy Converse footprints along his expected escape route, a source told Fox News Digital. Surveillance images previously released by the FBI appear to show a suspect wearing similar sneakers. As the crowd below panicked, Robinson allegedly ran north across the rooftop, dropped to the ground, and sprinted across Campus Drive, where he narrowly avoided being struck by a passing van, the source said. Police later found the alleged murder weapon wrapped in a towel and hidden in a small patch of woods just a few feet from where he's believed to have crossed the street. We don't need to know all that. But I want y'all to pay particular attention to this paragraph right here. For all you scumbag white supremacists who were upset at black kids and black faculty and administration not wanting us to allow you to come to our spaces, you see why. All that hoopla they were talking about over Tennessee State, this is why. Y'all let anybody on these campuses, y'all want to run around and say that they're public universities. Yeah. By the way, I couldn't help but notice something that they didn't want to talk about. And I didn't see it through the whole discourse of this Charlie Kirk situation. And I didn't mean to start it off, but there was something. Utah Valley University is a public college / university. You see why private universities don't just allow anybody to just walk on their campus. This is why we were telling them for the past 2 weeks. This is why we don't want y'all here, because we don't know what your quote unquote your mission is. Y'all could have been walking up there. Y'all could have just started stabbing folk. You could have started heckling folk. You could have started throwing things at students and then causing a riot and then blame people and say it's on there. This boy walked on campus with that bag. Nobody checked him. Nobody checked him. Again, he passed security. Nobody checked him. And we saw the bag. Nobody asked questions. Nobody was around when he climbed the roof. Okay. But y'all want to be upset at us when we say we don't want y'all at our schools, our churches, even in our homes, because we don't know what your intent is. But y'all want to run around talking about, oh, it's a public university. We pay the taxes. Huh? That doesn't make sense. Fine, since you pay the taxes so much, I want to see you dickheads go in front of a courthouse with that table and try to have those debates and see how quick them security run y'all off. And maybe even give you a trespass. But your taxes go to that. By the way, y'all paid y'all taxes and went in the Capitol and you got arrested. So how'd that work? But anyway, we're moving on. Oh boy. Oh boy, fam. OpenAI, XAI, Sam Altman, Elon Musk. Them two, that's damn near about to be a blood feud. And we like it. The tech war of 2026 just happens to be graphics cards and chips. And right now, XAI and OpenAI are feuding. We have charges of espionage. We have charges of people trying to circle the market. Let's take a look and see how far they have gotten.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
This also came out this morning on PC Mag. NVIDIA isn't enough. OpenAI turns to AMD for GPUs too. Graphics processing units. Things that make me look incredible, even though I look incredible now. And helps your systems run. The deal opens the door for OpenAI to own a 10% stake in AMD. However, CEO Sam Altman says his company is still committed to buying GPUs from longtime partner NVIDIA. And that's Sam Altman, whoever saw him, not the Asian lady, him. I should play that video later. You know what, fam? I want y'all to keep a pin in this. There's a video I want to show y'all. I'll give y'all a good laugh later. Well, let's get to this learning. All right. Where is it? Okay. OpenAI needs so many GPUs that it's now turning into NVIDIA's biggest rival, AMD, for more chips. On Monday, OpenAI announced a deal to source up to 6 gigawatts of computing power from AMD. Financial terms, including how much OpenAI will spend, were not disclosed. However, the agreement involves OpenAI purchasing up to 160 million shares of AMD stock at a penny a share or 10% stake, contingent upon specific milestones being achieved. In exchange, OpenAI will deploy 1 gigawatt worth of AMD Instinct MI450 enterprise GPUs starting in the second half of 2026. AMD also told the Wall Street Journal that it expects each gigawatt of compute to cost tens of billions of dollars. A gigawatt. A gigawatt. Y'all heard what I said. A gigawatt. 1,000,000 watts. Isn't that sexy? Don't you just love it when they just throw money around and they get so little back? Oh, and AMD stock went up 26% with this deal. And it's mostly for AI. The deal is surprising since OpenAI has long touted its partnership with NVIDIA, the leading provider of AI GPUs. 2 weeks ago, OpenAI also announced a similar agreement with NVIDIA for at least 10 gigawatts of AI data center capacity. But in that case, NVIDIA is going to invest up to $100 billion in OpenAI. In return, the San Francisco lab is adopting NVIDIA's next generation GPUs, including the Vera Rubin architecture. OpenAI potentially owning a 10% stake in AMD might also raise concerns about whether the deal poses a threat to its partnership with NVIDIA. However, CEO Sam Altman said in a tweet, "This is all incremental to our work with NVIDIA. We plan to increase our NVIDIA purchasing over time. The world needs much more compute for bullshit AI." But you know how we always tell y'all both sides of the argument? Both sides of the argument. They can't lose. Must be nice. IT industry analyst Patrick Moorhead added that the deal is about OpenAI incentivizing AMD to scale its AI GPUs to the point that they can be deployed widely across data centers. Altman literally needs millions of additional GPUs for his plan to power next generation AI, which requires building numerous power-hungry data centers. And we know where they're going to build those. OpenAI CEO even envisions the tech industry possessing enough capacity to produce a gigawatt of new AI infrastructure every week. It's a tall task considering OpenAI is already building a data center about 60 football fields in size in Texas that'll only offer about 1.2 gigawatts of compute. In contrast, the Hoover Dam generates about 2 gigawatts of electricity. Last month, OpenAI also signed a $300 billion contract to buy computing power from Oracle. The eye-popping figures are naturally causing analysts and investors to wonder if OpenAI can actually come up with the cash and if the investments will pay off. On social media, some users accuse the companies of propping up their stocks and valuations by announcing such deals when the funding remains unclear. According to the information, OpenAI generated $4.3 billion in revenue during the first half of this year, but incurred $2.5 billion in costs. So close to $2 billion they made so far. Yeah. That's them. You gotta love it. What's this? SD Johnson, man. I think Winnie C has called her wake-up call from the Orange Man. She got her wake-up call last year during the RNC. Remember, she was supposed to announce that Virginia was giving their delegates to Donald Trump. They kicked her off when they found out that she didn't like him. Yeah. By the way, minimum GPUs right now for AMD is about 300. That's just the minimum. High-end one is about 500 to 750. Nasty work. But that's the price of the tariffs. That's the price of the tariffs. We move on. Unfortunately, now that was the easy stuff. Now we're going to get to the scary stuff. I need everybody to take a moment. We're going to play the Jeopardy theme. I need y'all to go get notebooks. If you're on a phone, switch to the Note app because you can play me in picture depending on your phone. I need y'all to take notes because what I'm about to show you, you should be scared for this country, not yourselves, because we're going to give you the solution out of this. So I'm going to allow y'all to do that now. And by the way, how are y'all doing today? I always forget to ask that. Matter of fact, before we do that, instead of doing that, we're going to play the video that I told you to keep a pin in, and you're going to laugh. This will give you a little bit of extra time to go get a notebook or get your apps open. I want y'all to have fun with this here video. Let me see. Is it this one? Yeah. I mentioned this the other day, but you're going to love it.
Got into. I had a call with somebody on my team. Can I tell you guys something? Now that I look back on it, I really, really wish I never got into like politics. And I feel like that's a cool thing to like talk about. Obviously, it's like,
yes, it was not lost on me that he has a gorilla mask or a gorilla head on the floor. It was not lost on me. It was not lost on me. But you said you wish you didn't get into politics. Well,
You really gonna trip on me? What? Why?
yes, we're going to trip on you because you're a fool. You should have stayed out of it.
Are you gonna cry? That's okay. We all have emotions.
Go ahead, sir. Tell us more.
you know, I just kind of like, I know y'all didn't like that era at all, except for the Trump like stream. Obviously, at the end of the day, it was the president like
era.
But like now that I look back at it, it's like, damn, like so many people just tie me to it. And now it's just like, fuck, like no matter what, they don't even get to know who I am.
Never deviate from your grift. Never deviate from your grift. I think this accompanying video says it all.
To say the least, shut up, bitch.
By the way, screenshot. That's your damn fault.
Because they don't like even want to. Oh, you did this stream with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really, really understand other people's side. And as I'm getting older, I'm just like seeing like, I just don't think I'll ever care enough again for any other politician ever in the future. Just because it's like, at the end of the day, bro, like humans, we're all humans, you know? And it's just, I had a call with some of my team. Can I tell you guys something?
That's your fault. You didn't have to host the president. You wanted to do that so you can grift. You wanted people to say, oh my God, Aiden Ross is tied to Trump. Who's this Aiden Ross? You did that for a profile hookup. And now look, you got turned into an OnlyFans. Oh my God.
Joke's on you.
Now look, I told y'all, Kai Cenat said, I don't know about politics like that. I don't need Kamala Harris here. The white boy went and gave him subs so he can be over, what was that, 100 million? You arguably made him bigger. Stupid.
Idolatry, you reap what you sow.
That idolatry don't work, fam. But we had a little bit of reprieve. Now we're going to have to get to the scary stuff. There's a video and a document that I have to show y'all. We have to put you on alert to this because it would be irresponsible of me and Beyond Borders Media to not have this information and not present it to you. I hope you have your notepads ready. This country, which we have told you since 2022, when I told you I was not excited about Trump getting back in or running again. And he kept talking and kept talking and kept talking and kept talking and kept talking. And he was telling you the plan all along, but a lot of people didn't want to hear that because he wanted him to beat Biden. He wanted him to beat Kamala. He wanted him to defeat the left, even though he's a leftist, MAGA leftist. We're going to keep saying this. Something dropped 2 weeks ago that went under the radar, but I was saving it. And shout out to Blueberry Muffin because she gave me the confirmation.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
I'm not even going to show you the caption on this. I want you to listen to what this white man is going to tell everybody. And I want you to take notes.
What's up, folks? It's Kyle Blomquist running for Congress in Michigan's 1st District. I don't know if any of you saw this a day or so ago. The Trump administration issued a National Security Presidential Memorandum, NSPM 7. Credit to Ken Klippenstein on the coverage here. The memorandum effectively opens the door for the executive branch to classify organizations, groups, or even individuals as national security threats based on any of the following criteria. Let me know how crazy this sounds. Anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity. How about whatever the White House considers, quote, extremism as it relates to migration, race, or gender, or, quote, hostility towards traditional American views on family, religion, or morality. I mean, this is obviously beyond This effectively is laying the foundation to consider any dissent from a state-sanctioned ideological position as a national security threat. This is not only an affront to the First Amendment, but for all the posturing towards, quote, anti-Americanism, it's really hard to imagine something less American than this bullshit memorandum. And of course, what are we hearing from our Democratic Party leadership, intrepid as they are? Nothing. Silence. Wake the fuck up, people.
Did you get all that? Here's the memorandum in all its typed out glory. By the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, I hereby direct the following. Section 1, domestic terrorism and organized political violence. Heinous deletions and other acts of political violence in the United States have dramatically increased in recent years. Even in the aftermath of the horrifying assassination of Charlie Kirk, some individuals who adhered to the alleged shooter's ideology embraced and cheered this evil murder while actively encouraging more political violence. Where was he raised? Who wants to put it in the chat? What kind of household did he grow up in? This was preceded by the 2024 deletion of a senior healthcare executive and the 2022 assassination attempt against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Notice he didn't mention Melissa Hortman. 2 separate assassination attempts against my own life in less than 3 months took place during the 2024 presidential election cycle. Riots in Los Angeles and Portland reflect a more than 1,000% increase in attacks on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, officers since January 21st, 2025, compared to the same period last year. Just yesterday, a shooting targeting an ICE facility in Dallas resulted in multiple casualties. Separate anti-police and criminal justice riots have left many people dead and injured and inflicted over $2 billion in property damage nationwide. What else did they say it cost $2 billion in damage? I see what he's doing. By the way, I couldn't help but notice he started off talking about political violence. I have a question, Trumpy Trump. Now, this happened yesterday. Why didn't y'all say something about this? I ain't seen nothing from your side about this here, except ridiculing the other side.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
This was above me, South Carolina. Judge's waterfront mansion burns in possible arson as first responders use kayaks for dramatic rescue. Circuit Court Judge Diane Schaefer Goodstein's waterfront mansion burned to the ground in suspected arson attack under investigation by authorities. South Carolina authorities are investigating a possible arson attack on a state judge's house Saturday, which left the $1 million waterfront mansion burned to the ground, according to authorities and local reports. While authorities did not immediately release the homeowners' names, the Post and the Courier identified them as Circuit Court Judge Diane Schaefer Goodstein, 69, and her husband, Arnold Goodstein, 81, a former member of both houses of the state legislature. He once served as a commissioner of the South Carolina Department of Transportation, and before that, he was wounded in a Tet offensive in the Vietnam War. Keep a pin in the Vietnam War. He received the Bronze Star for heroism in action twice, according to his state legislature bio. Sorry. And that's the house. The video is crazy. Husband said 2-parent, Wallow J said a trailer. Y'all out of line. He grew up in a MAGA house, but y'all knew that. Firefighters from St. Paul Fire District assisted at Edisto Beach Fire Department extinguishing the blaze on the Edisto Island waterfront community about an hour's drive southwest of Charleston. The area is located on a barrier island with significant challenges such as limited water supply and tight areas, St. Paul officials said in a Facebook post. As a result, first responders used kayaks to rescue the occupants from their backyard as the house went up in flames. And that's the judge. Arnold Goodstein suffered injuries after jumping out of a window facing the backyard to escape the flames, the Post and Courier reported. The judge was walking their dogs at the time. 3 people reportedly injured in the blaze. The couple have 2 adult children. Authorities released a photo showing the towering waterfront home dwarfed by flames or clouds of black smoke. A spokesman for the state law enforcement division, which is said to be investigating arson as a potential cause for the blaze, did not immediately respond to emailed questions. Doesn't this count as political violence? I'm just asking for a friend. We're going to move down. Investigating domestic terrorist organizations. The JTTF shall investigate potential federal crimes related to the acts of recruiting or radicalizing persons for the purpose of political violence, terrorism, or conspiracy against rights, or the violent deprivation of any citizen's rights. Now, I wonder if this is going to include MAGA. I think we should declare Turning Point USA as a domestic terrorist organization. I think we should do that. I think that would be nice. I'm just saying. The JTTFs shall also investigate institutional and individual funders and officers and employees of organizations that are responsible for, sponsor, or otherwise aid and abet the principal actors engaging in the criminal conduct described in subsections A and B of this section, and non-governmental organization, NGOs, and American citizens residing abroad or with close ties to foreign governments, agents, citizens, foundations, or influence networks, keep a pin in this, engaged in violations of the Foreign Agents Registration Act, or money laundering by funding, creating, or supporting entities that engage in activities that support and encourage domestic terrorism. Remember how they kept saying they want a civil war in this country? They kept saying it for years. They want a civil war. I think Tim Pool falls under this. I think he needs to be investigated. Remember, Steven Crowder, after Charlie Kirk got hit, said that he's all about political violence. I think he needs to be investigated. Benny Johnson said the same thing. I think he needs to be investigated. Everybody on that side, right or left, that said that we need to turn up the heat, in so many words, they all need to be investigated. MAGA, I hope you realize that him putting out this memorandum just put a target on y'all. I hope you understand this. Your president, the New York Democrat that he is, cosplaying as a Republican, just put a target on y'all back. He's about to declare y'all a domestic terrorist. And if he don't do it after the midterms and the Democrats take back power, they're going to do that to you. Y'all are in trouble. And your man is going to sit there and he's going to allow it. They need to do something with the JTTF because there's not too many terrorists running around this country. They also know the people are getting tired. The militias might start popping up. They want to get ahead of it. I would understand that your government does not like you. But you're still going to sit there and talk for them. The Secretary of the Treasury, in coordination with the Attorney General, shall make available all resources to the maximum extent permitted by law to identify and disrupt financial networks that fund domestic terrorism and political violence. And all of y'all giving Turning Point USA money, you just put yourselves on a list. Oh my God. MAGA, this is why we terrorize y'all every day the way we do. Because we tell you things like this are going to happen. You don't believe us. Then it happens. Then you act bewildered that your government would do something like this. Y'all will regurgitate what J. Edgar and Address did with Martin Luther King, even though that's been debunked. But you'll see something like this and you'll say, oh, it's the left doing it. This is your president. The leftist that he is. I keep telling y'all he's distancing himself away from MAGA. The Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service shall take action to ensure that no tax-exempt entities are directly or indirectly financing political violence or domestic terrorism. In addition, where applicable, the Commissioner shall ensure that the Internal Revenue Service refers such organizations and the employees and officers of such organizations to the Department of Justice for investigation and possible prosecution. Sorry. Well, they're also going to get persecuted. Yeah, all you think tanks, I think you guys need to be put up as domestic terrorists. Left or right. You all should be domestic terrorists. You're indoctrinating children. PragerU needs to be designated as a terrorist organization. They're going after the babies. So what we're going to do before we move on, we're going to put that in the chat. You can go show that to MAGA, how dumb they are. You're probably going to have Grok speak it to them in their language, which is basically welfare, 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 and all that. Anyway, I guess we should talk about this. P. Hegseth, this failure of a defense secretary, which is why they had to change the title to Secretary of War, even though you put a foot soldier as a Secretary of War. He reminds us of the secretary from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Even though Keenan Iron Reigns was a badass. P has said something at the Naval Academy that he's been getting raked over the coals the last few days over saying, and I think we should join in. I think we should do that. I think we have a lot to say about this. So we're going to look at that.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Go ahead, Pete. Tell him what you told everybody on Saturday.
Your diversity is not your strength. Your strength is your unity of purpose, your shared mission, your love of country.
This piece of crap said this in front of naval officers showing diversity. He said this on film. You have a Hispanic / Asian right here. You have a white person right here. You have another white person. You have a black person right here behind him. You have McLovin right here. He can't be serious. You have a lady right here. He's not serious. There's a black man right here. There's another woman. He can't be serious. And he said this. Then somebody puts up, here's the rest for context. We all heard him say this, you idiot. Isn't this the same folk who love running around like, listen, I was in the service and I'm from the hoods and I got this backwoods country boy who's white over here and me and him is cool. You know, I know he a racist, but I know he'll have my back. Well, that's not diversity. Sir, I'm sure your unit had non-black people in it. Your military was diverse. I tell you, they dumb. They want white people to lead everything. And then you know what's going to happen when white people lead everything? They lose. You're wondering why I said that. Well, not to be outdone, because, you know, he's a narcissist. Trump did his speech. And look what Trump said. Miss Nisi, I apologize. Since you are a veteran in here, DSB, I apologize since you're a veteran in here and any other veteran in here. Listen to what this piece of crap said.
Afghanistan easy, Delta. Problem with Vietnam, we stopped fighting to win. We would have won easy. We would have won Afghanistan easy. Would have won every war easy. But we got politically correct. Let's take it easy. We're not politically correct anymore, just so you understand. We win. Now we win.
And it wasn't lost on me that they moved all the black people and the women's that were here. They moved the black guy out. It wasn't lost on me because he was prominent. It wasn't lost on me.
We don't want to be politically correct anymore. Delta. Problem with Vietnam, we stopped fighting to win. We would have won easy. We would have won Afghanistan easy. Would have won every war easy. But we got politically correct. Let's take it easy. We're not politically correct anymore, just so you understand. We win. Now we win.
Okay, dude. Okay. Since we're gonna have to explain this again to the draft dodger. Sir, the reason why we lost Vietnam is because the Viet Cong whooped our ass. We're just gonna call it what it is. Most great armies lose because of the strength of a few. This is why you send special forces to go kill high-profile targets. You don't send an entire platoon after them. You don't send your full weight after them. Sir, 19 supposed hijackers gave America access to spy on their citizens. Four people over in London brought an entire city to a standstill. Year before, they did the same thing in Madrid. Chris Dorner took on an entire police force and he ended up being the baby face. I would stop. Hell, y'all took Rambo 3 and made it seem like he took down the Russians by himself with like 3 Afghanis. But you over here talking like this in front of your military. No wonder BRICS is laughing at us. But all right. By the way, Trump, since you want to talk like that, how about them tariffs? I'm just asking for friends. We haven't heard any of that bloviating tariff talk in a while. Shout out to Miss Neese. Everybody salute Miss Niecy and DSB. I think DSB is still here. He might be, might not be. But let's salute Miss Niecy. Everybody put salutes in the chat for Miss Niecy. I don't see no salutes. Damn, y'all ain't gonna salute Miss Niecy. Y'all out of line. Proper salute time.
Moving on up, moving on up, shooting inside, moving on up. While the looks up at me in the sky, moving on up, shooting inside. We finally got a piece of the pie. Fish don't fry in the kitchen, a fish don't burn on the grill. Took out one of the dry. Just to get up and eat. Now we're rolling big leagues, getting our children there. As long as we leave, assume ain't baby, there ain't no wrong with that. We're moving on up, shooting inside, moving on up. To our dear looks up at me in the sky. Moving on up, shooting inside. We finally got a piece of the pie.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in
Salute to Miss Niecy. Anyway, let's get to this BRICS content. And then we're going to start wrapping up the stream. I always talk about BRICS. I'm not doing it just to be hyperbolic. I'm not just trying to scare y'all. I'm trying to show y'all what the future of the world is. This came down. I heard rumblings of this on Saturday. It looks like it's official now. BRICS just unveiled the plan to replace the US dollar worldwide. How are they going to do it? Something that Trump is not keeping his eye on. The BRICS plan to replace the US dollar gained serious momentum when Russia hosted the 2025 Moscow Financial Forum and announced a dedicated precious metals exchange. This platform allows countries to settle payments in gold, platinum, diamonds, and also rare earth metals, bypassing Western systems like the London Metal Exchange and SWIFT entirely. The BRICS plan to replace the US dollar leverages the bloc's control of 72% of rare earth metal reserves, which is significant. Rather than launching a traditional fiat currency from scratch, the BRICS new currency approach builds on resource dominance and a gold standard that's backed by real assets. With 68% of trade already bypassing the dollar and the greenback experienced its worst decline since 1973, the question of whether BRICS can replace the US dollar is no longer just theoretical at this point. I ain't got to read no more. Take a screenshot of that. Your favorite influencer, social media personality, and content creator ain't telling you this. And this is more for the right. They not telling you this. While y'all are over there trying to win culture wars, yeah. By the way, since we got to explain it, we'll go a little, because I talked about this last year too. But we'll go a little deeper for y'all. Remember when I said that Indonesia was going after Taiwan's #1 spot when it comes to them chips? I find it funny that y'all said I was crazy. Well,
you know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
Now, this was back in January, a week after Trump got in. We showed you that Indonesia was trying to get into there. Trump is selling out Taiwan right now. But ever since they got into BRICS, all of a sudden their trajectory went way up. They're the 10th largest economy on earth. They're projected within the next 15 years to be top 5. Can you imagine China, Russia, and Indonesia, 3 of the top 5 economies on this planet in BRICS? We'd be finished. Israel right now contemplating joining BRICS. India and Japan right now are bucking, and Nigeria are bucking for seats on the UN Security Council. You still want to tell me that Western, white Christian, cisgender, whatever the hell you want to call it, you want to tell me that, oh, we still got the power in this world? Y'all are trying to go through Europe and trying to have a revival in Europe? Trump's tariffs are pushing countries to BRICS. Even traditional allies are contemplating going to BRICS. China cancels soybeans, cancels wheat, cancels pork orders. You have farmers in the Midwest and all down Tornado Alley saying that they ain't getting no orders. They're not even buying. Now Trump talking about something, he want to give them a bailout. Where that money coming from? Great, you bail them out. Who's going to buy the stuff? Great, you paid off their debts. Who's going to buy it? That's September Live. I'm going to keep referencing it. The one we did last year. And I kept telling them, y'all talking about all this oil. Who buying it? They're not buying our oil. They're not buying our rice. They're not buying the pork. They're not buying the beef. We get most of the beef from Mexico, and Mexico already put the embargo on it. Now beef prices are going up. But your favorite influencer, social media creator, content creator ain't telling you this. They look at the stock market like, oh, look how high it is. Okay, again, go ask your parents what 1999 looked like. And then go do your own research and see when that tech bubble happened and it burst, how everybody started losing money. Let me help y'all. Tech is not reliable. It ebbs and it flows. That's why they're banking all their money on AI. And people are starting to turn on AI because it's way too integrated. And it takes up valuable resources. Do you see on any of them Asian countries over there talking about, oh, we're going to just wholly adapt AI into our systems? No, they balance it with human labor. And the more you integrate AI, the more you're going to have your systems be susceptible to attacks, be susceptible to being able to be taken over, because all you got to do is change a little bit of code. But nah, y'all want to run around, keep saying AI. Okay. I swear to God, when this bubble bursts, y'all gonna be sitting there looking crazy. But maybe that's what you want. Now, before we go, we got one more white person we got to play. And y'all know this white person well. She says something that should be on brand for her. But we know why she really said this, because she's trying to get back with them. Bad Bunny pissed everybody off. On the right. Pissed everybody off. He gets an opportunity to boost album sales, get a security team to San Francisco, go make some money, perform in front of the world. All the cameras are going to be there. Yes. Like we played that debate with Crystal Ball and Tommy Lahren. Tommy Lahren at the end did not know Puerto Rico was part of the United States. It's terrible. Fam, they all came outside to talk about this. But again, remember, they're not supposed to be watching the NFL. NFL's woke. But they couldn't miss an opportunity not to talk about it.
You know, let me go here. There is a
Bad Bunny, retarded ass nigga said, "Oh, you got 4 months to learn Spanish. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You fucking taco retard. No, we're not gonna learn Spanish. How about that one?"
California is already there. Texas. So, matter of fact, I see how dumb Myron is, but you know, again, he beat Brandon Tatum, so that's not that much of an accomplishment. Dummy, do you know that Texas has a law in the book that says every student has to learn Spanish? Oops. Oh, that's right. You're going to tell me I'm lying. You're going to tell me I'm lying. You're going to tell me I'm lying. They're already there, sir. We're already there. You remember this? You probably don't remember this since you claim to be this historian. Get off my screen, goddamn. Texas once banned Spanish in public schools. Fort Worth broke that mold in 1969. Then it became statewide. It's part of the curriculum. But let Myron tell it. Texas law requires that school districts with at least 20 English learners in the same grade implement bilingual education programs, which can include dual language immersion. These programs aim to support students in becoming proficient in both English and Spanish with specific standards for teachers to ensure effective instruction. We're already there, dingbat. Now, the scariest thing for y'all right-wingers is them Islamics. I know that's not a word. The Muslims learn Spanish. Then y'all are really going to be in trouble because they're going to be trilingual and they'll be the ones mostly sought after, not y'all. But I figured. How much y'all want to bet that Myron can't even speak his home language? How much y'all want to bet? But anyway, you about to go off, so let me have him.
Okay? Last time I checked, Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. Last time I checked, English is the official language now, according to Trump's new executive order.
Right. And go tell Puerto Rico they can't speak Spanish in their territory. Yeah, all right. That's like going to St. Thomas and telling them you can't speak a version of English with a little bit of Creole and Patois. Go ahead, go tell them that. That should be hilarious. Go tell the American Samoans that they can't speak their native tongue. Go ahead. I would love to see what they'll tell you. And you know they got them hard heads. They'll bust you open like a coconut. You better stop. Look at them. Look at them trying to look tough. Sir, why? Never mind. Who sees the hairline? This nigga got a hairline like when you play Street Fighter Alpha after you do the versus screen. That's crazy.
So how about you learn some goddamn English, you reggaeton retard? Like, goddamn, bro. These Spanish niggas think they can just come in and tell us what to do. Shut the fuck up.
By the way, he said Bad Bunny don't speak English. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. Let's find out if he's actually telling the truth. That Bad Bunny don't know how to speak English. I'm just curious.
And I know that people all around the world who love my music are also happy, especialmente todos los latinos. Todos los latinos y las latinas en el mundo entero y aquí en los Estados Unidos, todas las personas que han trabajado para abrir puertas, más que un logro mío.
By the way, fellas, if you want a girl to drop their panties, you gotta just learn another language. I'm telling you, it works. It works.
Más que un logro mío, es un logro de todos, demostrando que nuestra huella y nuestra aportación en este país, nadie nunca.
By the way, for white MAGA, I don't know what he said. He said that even though I love this country and I speak Spanish, I know for a fact that black people make tacos better than us. That's what he said. And he also said they're close on the mofongo. Black people can make some mofongo. But go ahead.
Nunca la podrá sacar ni borrar. And if you didn't understand what I just said, you have 4 months to learn. We have a great show for you tonight. Doja Cat is here. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Looks like he spoke nice English. I'm just saying. Huh. Well, all right. Y'all are boycotting something you're not supposed to be watching. I get it. And then we have B6. There goes B6. Let's hear what B6 said. Go ahead, B6.
Black and Hispanic men, do you want to know what holds them down? Gangs. Being in gangs and dealing drugs is what holds them down. That's not a white person thing. but gangs control them.
What the hell?
Who the hell told you tonight was open mic night, bitch?
This is y'all's B6. Madam. So you think black men and Latino men we're overwhelmingly in gangs? So the Latino man that's running a business in Texas, somehow from 9 to 5 is running his business. He leaves early to go out and gangbang from 5 to 11. Goes home, kisses his refrigerator wife and his kids, goes to sleep and does it again. And then always has to fit in Sundays for football, Saturdays for the rodeo, but he's out there gangbanging. Likewise, a black man running a business, running a family, out there working 2 jobs. He got time to bang. I see. Yeah, she's dumb. But let's see.
They tell the young men in their communities, don't go to school. Don't you move out of the
Ain't not one black gang member ever told they people not to go to school. Again, since you don't know about black culture living down in Milledgeville, ma'am, the gangbangers know who the squares are and they know who the ones that are destined for the streets are. That's why they tell the squares, you don't want none of this. Go hit them books. I love how she's using these 80s, 90s tropes. I love this.
out of this project. Don't you move out of
This project. Don't move out of the project. This is what, oh my God. I love it.
this community. You join this gang, and that's where you belong.
I tell you, this woman, Georgia, if y'all make her the governor, you know what? All them gains that you've been doing since Robert Gibson with the Olympics, you're going to send it all to hell. And ironically, it'll be 30 years. 32 years. I see why she fell out with MAGA. I see. They understand how dumb she is. I see it. The cops are the biggest gang in the country, and they're mostly white. But all right, B6, we got something.
Them always in the way.
Yes,
her. Get your ass out of here. And look at them, always in the way, including her. Get your ass out of here.
That's what should have happened to B6. Now I'm going to be labeled a terrorist. It's all right, though. All right, y'all. I think we've given you enough information to digest for today. So hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I'll try to be better next time. We will see y'all tomorrow. We got some things to talk about. There is something on the affirmative action front that I think you guys will be very interested in. We're gonna do that on the phone live. But before we go, we're gonna play this last video. We're gonna let y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Hopefully you'll be productive or make babies, you know, things of that nature. But before we go, Miss Nisi, thank you for being a member for 23 months. That's a blessing. Again, it's only cost 99 cents. Helps me reinvest back in the platform, buy toys and clothes for the baby. When you let us know how long you've been a member, or you do become a member, or give out a super chat, a super sticker, or a Cash App, we're going to add Cash App to this now. We're going to tell you how grateful we are that you did that. In honor of Miss Nisi, you get this here.
Moving on, love.
I am overwhelmed.
Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
Republican. It's simple. Just vote Republican. Republican. It's simple. Just vote Republican. I mean,
health insurance
you want your chicken, a chicken to cost $7 in the store. You know, you want a hamburger buns to be $4. You want hamburger beef to be, $650 a pound.
Yeah.
Vote Republican because I'm sorry. You can blame liberals for all the fuck you want. You fucking morons in Montana that are so goddamn macho and love your Sheehy, love your fucking Danes and Gianforte, that you love your fucking billionaires. Like it's as if you think they're going to ever give you anything. What they're giving you is a higher cost of living. Over 20% in just this year, your cost of living. In every single you're not saving money on a fucking thing right now.
No,
nothing.
The least affordable state in the nation to live, and the highest health insurance increases in the entire nation. They're talking about 75% increases in your insurance premium.
This is, I know.
75%.
That means nobody's having insurance.
This is after.
That means there's more theft, more crime, more problems, more bankruptcy, more kids not going to school.
And the Spider-Man guy in charge of the auditor office, he's like, sounds fair to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sign off on it. Like, they're not fighting for us. And then again, if you don't want somebody fighting for you in public office, vote Republican.
And then
because they don't give a fuck.
Surplus?
Oh, here it goes!
Time's up.
Get your ass up! We gotta get out of here now!
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
Gotta get your groove on.
At the end of the day gotta end.
That's it.